turn the audio, the music down just a touch.
All right,
Actually,
I believe we're live.
Just
waiting for my stats to refresh. I'm posting it all over.
Oh, I see myself. Okay.
Don't worry if the video on your webcam pauses. It's because I don't have it active at the moment.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. It says we're playing Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, fuck hell.
For everyone watching the stream right now, this is not Pokemon Scarlet. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. And I would like to welcome everyone to the Scourge of the Dragon Sea. I am not Ichi or Raven. I am Darth is my Final Fantasy name. Montu is my general screen name online. I am the Dungeon Master tonight. Some people might call me Adam. That is my real people name.
Real people name.
We are in session 1 of a pirates and swashbuckling campaign, right at the start. So thank you for joining us. Let's dive in. Joining me tonight, we have the actual streamer for this channel, who's in the party. Ichi playing Simon.
Hello, hello.
We have Kay playing Bernice Berry Shale.
Hello.
We have Marcus playing Ithvuk Osav.
Hey, how's it going?
Tyrin playing Kai the Turtle. Hello. And Vistornia playing Topaz the Fairy.
Salutations.
As everyone actually appears on screen, we'll have you describe what your character looks like and what people might be able to glean about what you do in general when you first appear. We find ourselves in the capital city of the Alvaronian kingdom, of Alvaronis, the majority human kingdom, here, right over here. We are down at the docks. There's been posters put up by the Navy for help finding a pirate who's been doing some pretty admittedly piratey things, but who's very strongly wanted by the crown. Sure, this is how we'll introduce people. Each of our party members has responded to this this help wanted poster. We'll say Simon shows up first. You describe yourself for us, please, Simon.
All right. Here in this world of Alvaronis, my character, Simon Theodore.
Never trust someone who has 2 first names.
Do you get the joke with the name though?
No.
Is that Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
This is specifically why I did not put the last name on the character sheet that I sent to you.
I love it so much.
Alvin!
In this world of Alvaronis.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no.
I saw that name and that's why I came up with this name.
Oh god.
Love it. That's great. I love it.
So Simon is half owl, half elf, in that he has mostly an elven, like a half elf's body, but he also has like big black owl wings that tip where they fade into blue at the ends, and he just sort of has them draped around his back as if it was like a big coat. He has a quiver. Oh my god! He has a quiver of arrows, but the quiver is empty. He has a dagger on the other side of his hip. He has short black hair that has sort of horns upwards on the sides like a horned owl's would have. He has like a mostly normal elfish looking face, but it's peppered with like black feathers across the sides as if they were freckles. And of course he's got elven ears, but they're shorter than most elves. He's wearing an outfit that looks sort of like something you'd see in like a rural city guard kind of outfit, with black and blue designs peppered across it. And yeah, he's not trying to make a big show of himself. He's just here to do what he's got to do.
Sure. Awesome. You have taken one of the like rip me tabs off the bottom that say go to the arsenal, which you would know from your history and sailing in general is like the northern part of the docks district in town.
Okay.
Next up, let's say everyone who hasn't introduced, just roll like a d6 for me.
I also just want to point out I haven't played any tabletop games in several years, so if I'm bad at this, apologies in advance.
It's really hard to be bad at D&D, and as long as people are having fun, you're doing great. Can I get d6s from everyone who isn't K or... Okay, sure, we're seeing.
Trial and error.
Yeah. Marcus and Tyrin waiting on your d6. Don't put a space between the slash and the roll.
Thank you for the oh my god, by the way, Dave. I saw you.
Okay. Kay, could you describe Barry for us?
Sure. Okay. Berenice Barry Shale. She's a half orc, so she's pretty big. She's what, 6'1", 6'2", somewhere around there. She has some muscle. She's a pretty big girl, but she looks very warm and welcoming. Her smile is just an open book. She's probably carrying a very big brown sack on her back right now. She has very simple clothes. She is wearing a necklace that's tucked into her shirt at the moment, but she is carrying a big heavy sack on her back, and you can probably hear, if you get close to her, lots of clanking going on in there. And just like strapped to her back, that's almost completely covered by like how big the sack is it kind of looks like a rolling pin is strapped to her back, but you can't really tell because the sack is just so big. And yeah, she's probably looking out at the sea and is very excited.
You also would have taken one of the like little tabs or like written down the information somewhere. You're looking for a job too, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then Tyrin, describe your druid for us, please. Describe Kai.
Kai the turtle, a walking turtle. Let's put it that way.
Sounds like a video game franchise.
But this one, he looks like he just kind of pulled himself out of the water in the harbor, into the dirtiest part of the harbor. He's got all kinds of seaweed crap hanging off him. Bags, pouches, all kinds of stuff. But one of the most noticeable things you see is that he's actually carrying another turtle shell, as a shield.
Oh,
along with his trusty wooden club.
It's like if a human carried around someone else's arm as a weapon.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, maybe the club is bone. We don't know yet. But yes, he stands just under 6 feet tall. Looks kind of fast for a turtle, but he's very, very quiet, but always very observant. His eyes are kind of always shifting around, just kind of taking in everything that he sees in a scene.
Okay.
Other than that, he's kind of keeping to himself.
Awesome. Who was next? Vess, could you describe Topaz for us?
All right, I shall. As you of course know, Topaz is a fairy, but like unlike the fairies you know from lore, they're not going to be like these tiny little things that you put in a lantern or something. I've got some height to me, a good like 3 feet.
Okay.
In terms of like actual appearance though, she's got like this pale skin, the kind of thing that you'd think being on like a ship for a long time she would have developed something of a tan, and yet nope, just unusually pale. Although it doesn't show it in my icon just because of the maker I used, she has blonde hair, and it's like she kind of has like this green vest that you can't quite tell if it's leather that's dyed to be green or if it's just really sturdy leaves.
If you want the colors, if you want the colors changed on your icon, by the way, I can do that for you.
I'll be sure to bear that in mind. It's like after the session.
Alright.
But she's got like brown pants that go up to like her stomach, all buttoned up and everything. Her wings, it's like I would describe kind of like the white glistening mold or mildew you might find in a cave, like almost like lace to an extent.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice. And of course, lastly, Marcus, describe Ithvuk for us.
Ithvuk is a tall but rather lanky fellow, clearly deep blue skin and strangely glowing blue eyes. Wears leather armor that seems way too well made to be a typical pirate, but in stark contrast is walking up to the location drinking about 3 flagons of ale at once.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Anything else there, or you good?
No, I think that's good enough for now.
Okay, sounds good. You guys probably all individually arrive at the arsenal, and as you walk in, you say right there you want to take the job. You are led into what looks like it's like a shack that they would launch boats from. And once everyone has arrived, it's probably like when Simon first arrived, it's probably like 2 hours later he's been sitting here waiting. But eventually, all 5 of you are in this little shack. There's a rowboat floating in the water. A couple of guards come in. Ichi, that is the I believe I called them Admiral's Guard or something similar.
Okay.
Or Navy soldier.
I have Admiral Guard.
Admiral's Guard, yes. 2 of them come in and say, "Into the boat, come with us." And they and wait for you to follow their orders.
Oh, just like that? We're going?
Yes, the Admiral will see you out on her ship.
Simon nods and walks forward at a calm pace.
I dropped 2 of my empty cups and joined them, giving them.
God, important people.
The guards kind of roll their eyes a little bit, but otherwise don't react to you littering in their boathouse. But everyone gets in the rowboat to head on out.
Quietly, yes.
All right. As you leave this boathouse, it's honestly looks like just a shack. As you leave the boathouse on the water, you see out on the horizon an enormous, like 4 decks above the water ship, easily 20 cannons to a side, enormous ship anchored in the harbor, done up with the colors of the kingdom, which are a royal blue and gold. It takes longer than you might think to get there, but on arriving at the ship, once you've all climbed up the ladder on the side of the boat, they lead you into what looks like a very ornate office, and in that office is Admiral Holm. Itchy.
He's on screen. Should I tell me when to take them off screen as well?
Okay, fair enough.
Should I take the guard off?
They don't need to be up. Yeah, take the guards off. They're there, but they're like they step in the room behind you and just kind of like take up position. Admiral Holm is a tall human, very serious expression on her face. She has a saber on one hip and a flintlock pistol on the other. And she looks up from the map that she's studying and says, "These are who responded to our notice?" One of the guards steps forward and says, yes ma'am. These are they. Very well. You all have some experience with the sea, yes?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, ma'am.
So I've been out here for 30 years.
Hi.
All right. I see this is a rather unique crew then. You are hereby charged with finding and bringing to justice Kirk Blackeye Razorgum. He is wanted on a multiple of charges, including general piracy, and there is we are offering a 20,000 gold reward for his head. We have a ship waiting to take for you to take command of, and a crew waiting on that ship. I would like to note that you are not being drafted into the Alvaronian Navy. You are on your own once you leave this harbor. Any questions?
That's a mighty steep price. What exactly has this guy done beyond base piracy?
He is the prime suspect in the disappearance of a prince.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll do it.
I only ask that,
Yes.
if possible, we take him alive, at least temporarily, so that I can question him.
Sure, I
want to see, but I'll do my best.
You are free to bring him in, dead or alive. There is no change to the bounty either way.
Is part of this trying to find that prince, or just the bad guy?
If you can find the prince, that would be wonderful. We have reason to believe he may have been killed.
Oh dear.
I
Oh,
Yeah.
what's his name?
who you're looking for, or the prince?
The prince?
Prince.
Eilnin the Third.
There was no body.
I'll spell that here in so that you know, and you are looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. You have all probably heard of him, even if it's just like taproom chatter. He is the self-proclaimed king of the Dragon Sea, and generally has a very bad reputation.
So this is someone who thinks he's hot shit, but nobody really respects him, I assume?
Correct.
Okay.
I do have one more the Admiral steps up, nods to one of the guards. I do have one more person to send with you. He has history with Razorgum, and as terms for his release, we'll be aiding you in bringing Razorgum to justice as well. The guard steps outside the door, comes back in with Admiral can stay on screen, Ichi, but now you want to bring on Antoine Fishburne.
Alright.
And in steps, still in handcuffs, or in monocles, steps in an individual with piercing purple eyes and brown dreadlocks, and just the silliest smile on his face. He just looks happy to be in the room, and he walks in and says, "Oh, hey, Rhonda!" And the Admiral rolls her eyes.
I don't trust this guy.
Simon,
This guy.
I like this guy too.
Simon looks over, confused. What are you so happy about?
Oh, are you who I'm taking to find Kirk?
That appears to be the case.
Awesome. You guys look like fun. He still monocled, hands in front of him. He says, "So, where's our ship?" The Admiral looks at the rest of you and says, "Keep an eye on him. He may be dangerous, but I wouldn't assume anything till he tries something." "Oh, I won't hurt you. What are you talking about?"
Do we have it? let's put it this way. How worried about him do we need to be? If he gets away, is that going to affect us?
He claims to be a reformed pirate. If he gets away,
Like, will the admiral be pissy?
I would not be happy to see him arrested by my crew again.
All right,
And,
that's
and
a
she looks at you very pointedly.
I'm just trying to make sure what level of babysitting we're going to have to do.
It will be... If he decides to try something, it will be difficult to track him.
Cuff him to the wheel. Gotcha.
I'm used to scouting and tracking. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. I'm just worried about how much effort I have to put out.
Very well. Your ship is waiting back in the harbor. I'll have my men take you back to the shore when you are ready. I suggest you leave port on the morning tide. Any further questions?
Anything about this target of ours, or the people who follow him, or any of his equipment or his ships that we might need to know about? Any information you might have that would make obtaining him easier?
His just a moment here. His personal vessel is known as the White Saber. It is a ship comparable to the one we currently stand on. I would suggest not trying to find him on the water. The ship we are giving you stands no chance. I would also point out at this point that the men on your ship have been paid for a week. After that, they are your responsibility.
Noted.
Now, as for Kirk, he has been seen with at more than one pistol, typically on raids, and a razor-sharp cutlass in hand. He seems to delight in bloodletting as well. I would, as mentioned, take care when you do encounter him. Again, you are not directly associated with the Alvaronian Navy, and therefore are not tethered by the Navy's code of conduct. You are free to do as you will once you are on the waves.
It's probably for the better. I've had my fill of being associated with organizations.
She looks at you for a second and then just nods.
You'll hear no complaints from me. It's a lot easier to work without the government watching, breathing down our necks.
We will require some proof of, well, capture or kill for collecting your bounty.
Would his weapon or his head count work well enough?
His head will definitely suffice. A touch grim, but
That could be anybody's head.
This could be faked here pretty easily, just saying.
Weapons can definitely be mimicked. This is true.
Actually, that brings up a good point. Do we know if he has any unique items on him, such as perhaps a magical weapon or a unique trinket or anything that would clearly be no one else's but his?
He has... I have been told that he has a large tattoo of a ship's wheel with a skull in the center of it on his chest.
So just bring back a torso instead.
Okay, I was thinking more just cutting that one part off, but okay.
Instead of cutting one part, you're cutting all of the parts
We'll
off.
just carve it
Are
off
there
him.
any unique traits to his ship at all?
I would anticipate more than what you would think a standard load of cannons. he is known to fly a blue flag from his the top of his mainmast. Generally blank and with the, of course, skull and crossbones flag adjacent to it.
Are there any ports that he frequents often?
She rifles through a couple of notes. No, according to my intelligence here, he himself has not been seen in any ports frequented by Navy ships. It is believed that he sends the captains under him to do things like petty trade with those who abide the law.
Well, that stands to reason. Want to be found.
It is not known where he is hiding. It is believed to be still within the sea here. We still hear stories of the White Saber taking down smaller vessels, hassling merchant ships, and things like that.
So, if we're being advised to not engage him on the water, and we're hearing that his subordinates are the ones coming to port towns, is that to say we should start with these port towns and have these subordinates lead us to the man himself?
That stands to reason, does it not?
Sounds like
Are there
it's a
any
good starting
subordinates
point.
that we should know about?
That is why you have Antoine there. Oh yeah, I know all of his friends.
Oh, so you can point them
Will
out.
you tell us about his friends?
Right here, Rhonda is a busy woman. I don't want to take up too much of her time. We can really talk elsewhere.
As long as it sounds like we have a starting point.
He's gesticulating as wildly as possible with his hands in chains.
Of course.
So should we hit the open sea, as it were?
That's everything I had to think of to ask.
The admiral turns, nods to her two guards who start filing out, and says, "May the winds fill your sails and Palor guide you." And she turns back to her notes, clearly having dismissed you.
Is there any grog in here?
Not. The deck of the ship, despite being a ship in port,
Ichi.
is packed with men. And they're all pristine uniforms, and they're also take the admiral down from the overlay, Ichi.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking that I was going to turn around and ask that verbally to them.
I was gonna say, this is a Navy ship. If they're all in uniform, I don't expect there to be a lot of alcohol around.
I doubt that very much. There's probably some wine or something lying around here.
Maybe some ale, so they have something to drink on the high seas.
Perhaps there's probably some on our ship. Do we have a name, by the way?
You're giving us a ship that doesn't have a name?
One of the guards turns and says, "The ship has been decommissioned by the Navy."
Did it have
you are
a
free
name
to
before?
Name it what you will.
Did it have a name before?
In all honesty, it is a small enough ship that it's not of particular note.
Alright, well, I'm not particular about the name. Someone else can decide that. As long as it gets us from A to B, I'm good.
The Azure Tide?
As good as
The
any.
Azure Tide, you said?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Anyone else?
Very well, your ship is the Azure Tide.
I just want to point out of character that I would love naming the boat, but this is a character who does not give a shit. So I just want to out of character thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. It wouldn't be a particularly good pirate game if you didn't get to name your own ship.
No, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
All right then, you guys head off the boat. You hear a couple of the soldiers, or like the sailors, on this ship, kind of whispering, and like you feel like there's always someone just like watching you, just and sizing you up the whole time.
Makes sense. We're outsiders.
Yeah. This is an impressive ship. The whole time you've been on here as well, you have not felt, or you've felt very little of the rocking of the water. This ship seems remarkably stable.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Perhaps
you
too
guys
stable.
back down into your rowboat and head back into the port. The guards turn to Simon and give you a slip of paper that has what looks like a berth number.
What do you mean by
It's,
birth number?
Where on the pier your boat would be.
Oh, okay.
Your ship is small enough it could actually pull up to the dock.
Okay.
And your ship is in berth number 6.
All right, well, I tell everyone else where we're headed and then just start heading there.
Sure. You head down, and like it takes a while to get out of like the military base docks. It's probably like 10 or 15 minutes just to get from where that shack was out into the sort of commons of the dock district.
Mm-hmm.
And you make your way down to the regular docks, sitting in berth number 6. You find a ship, and everyone here should have a token. I've told you to go to daylight. So, does everyone see everything here?
I'm looking at the ship,
Okay, sweet.
trying to figure out how to move my guy.
You should be able to click on here on the token. That is not what I wanted to do.
Nope. I can click on it,
This
but I
game
can't move
paused.
it.
The game is
Oh,
paused.
game is paused. There, you should be able to move now. There you go.
There we go.
Yay!
Yeah. So you walk to your new ship here.
All right.
Just to describe this layout, the top one is straight up top-down view of the ship, including your aft castle and forecastle, or forecastle, if you want to get real fancy. The next one down is the base level of the main deck, including what's underneath your fore and aft castles, and then you go down the 2 levels beneath. The grate here opens up so that cranes can lower cargo down. There are a few men sort of bustling about, but no one's, compared to the discipline you just saw on the Admiral's flagship, this is not that degree of discipline.
Oh, this feels
elite
like
elite
right at
soldiers
home.
versus skeleton crew.
Oh, 110%. By the way, Ichi, please go to crewman and aerodrome salt spray.
Okay. Am I keeping Antoine on?
Yeah. Oh, he's still with you. Oh, wow.
Okay.
The guards also unshackled Antoine and handed him a dagger, which he immediately hung off of his back.
Okay.
As if you can see in the portrait there, he's got that dagger.
Yeah.
The whole time he's just been chattering away almost useless information. As you walk onto the ship, Antoine also takes off running across the deck and just dives straight into the water.
I'll go get him. I chase after him and dive in.
Okay. What is? You have a swim speed, right, Marcus?
I have a swim speed equal to my walk.
I could
Okay, which
I
is-
could fly over to the surface and grab him.
He swims faster than you.
Oh. That doesn't bode well.
Doesn't matter. I can breathe underwater. I'll keep chasing them.
He immediately just like turns around and climbs back up onto the ship, like throwing his hair out of his face. Just giant grin on his face, like it's been too long since I had like proper salt water in my hair. Some of the crew on your ship turn around to watch him, and a stout dwarf steps up and says, you must be the new officers that the Admiral was sending over, yes?
Not officers per se, more like a gaggle of freelancers.
I was referring to officers of the ship.
Oh, then yes, I suppose.
Ah, yeah.
Right then. Well, I am Eredrim. I am Bosun, as you could say, supervisor of these folks here. Should I assemble the crew for your inspections then?
Yeah.
He seems to have a very easy manner to him. He turns and says, calls to two of the nearby crewers and says, "Hey, go get the rest of the boys. Assemble on the deck here." It's like, "Yes, of course, sir." And they run off down below. The rest of the crewmen here hear this, start to line up. It's, again, not perfectly straight lines. Some of them kind of pick at teeth, but within probably 10 minutes, everyone's been roused. They're all lined up, kind of chattering amongst themselves, looking at all of you.
Anyone need a drink? While we're waiting on this, I pull a bottle out of nowhere.
A couple guys go, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely take one there if you're offering."
Sure. Pours it into the couple of cups I have and hands them out. Don't ask where I'm getting all this.
They just kind of laugh and raise their mugs to you and take a drink. What is it you're giving them?
I stole a bottle of wine off the ship.
Oh shit! All right, I like it.
Shouldn't that be a roll?
Actually, yeah. Give me a quick sleight of hand. You're a rogue, so it's probably nuts, but yeah. Give me a quick sleight of hand.
Our first roll of the game is stealing wine from the people who hired us.
And yeah.
Give me a second.
Yep.
It's a going away gift.
Something like that.
By the way,
you have to christen the ship somehow.
By the way, if anyone else wants to talk up, because I feel like I'm being thrust into the quote-unquote role of leader, and I don't necessarily need to. So, if anyone else wants to answer these questions, feel free.
Well, Kai's not much of a talker, so he won't be a face of the party by any means.
I mean, I feel like I have to be a face of a party, but at the same time, it's due to Discord shit. I kind of have to hesitate just a little bit.
I rolled a 17.
Yes. The rest of your group was enough of a distraction that you're okay. No one seemed to notice that you stole a bottle.
I asked, then I wouldn't have stolen it.
Between making sure that their prisoner managed to not cause some shit, and between analyzing all the other weird characters that they've just hired on for something like this, I think a little stray bottle of wine will be okay.
As long as everyone's not drunk enough that they just stop doing their jobs, y'all can do whatever you like.
Yeah, please. Most pirates do it better when they're drunk.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to look after them, I'm good.
I feel it's worth saying that this crew that we're with, they're not pirates. We're chasing pirates.
Same thing.
Sort of background.
You hear a bit of muttering amongst the crew. The general thought seems to be that they're up for anything. These crewmen, there is no hint of uniform cohesion to anything.
I expect that these are lower level, they're not prim and proper like the officers on the other ship, obviously.
You see a couple have dirty uniform pieces, so to speak. But some guys are just wearing like common clothes. It's discipline is not their strong suit, and you get the feel. Give me an insight check real quick.
All of us?
Whoever would like to.
All right.
Now we'll call it just like a party insight. That works.
That's a 4. Which is kind of on brand because Simon doesn't give a fuck.
I also rolled a 4. What? I actually have wisdom too. What the?
Does anyone else want to roll?
Oh, that's better.
There you go. Tyrin, on your character sheet, you can click insight and it will roll with modifiers and everything.
Yeah.
I gotta open that up again.
Yeah. If you double click on like the
You can click on your token to pull up your sheet, and then just click
also
on the...
that, yeah. But you can also double click on the top black bar of any handout or anything that's open, and it will.
I love these dice animations.
Oh, these dice are amazing. It will minimize the thing, and you can have it just like in the corner. I will have several like of these minimized, especially when we get into like a combat or something. All right, awesome, sweet. These seem like they're willing sailors, but not necessarily skilled, and they may have also just responded to a job posting.
They need some coin too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I suppose that's my job then, isn't it?
Can't wait for our crew to level up alongside us.
Eredrin steps up once the crew is sort of collected in front of you. Says, I know they don't look like much, but they seem to be good lads. We've been waiting here a couple days, everyone just getting familiarized with what their duties are. We've got some topmen. He starts like pointing to different. We've got like your topmen here working up in the ropes. That there is our. Well, actually, he points to you, Simon. Says, "Are you wanting to be up in the crow's nest then?"
Yes, I've signed on as the navigator, so that's where I'll be.
Oh, all right then. We do have, in case you need to sleep. I don't know what your people.
Fair enough.
What are you?
I'm
Do you sleep?
half elf, half owl. I understand it's a unique existence. That's kind of the deal where I'm from. But yes, I do sleep.
An elf that sleeps? How strange.
All right then.
I'm not a normal elf.
All right then. Well, then we do have someone else who'll do it. He points to a little Kenku sailor, which is they're the crow people.
Okay.
Big black beak, black feathers. No wings though.
Mm. Hopefully he doesn't feel jealous of me.
They can't fly, and I don't think they can speak normally. Sounds.
Yeah, it's all mimic. Any sound they have heard, they can mimic. Exactly. It's actually really strong, but they cannot come up with their own speech.
So does that mean that this guy had someone shout at him all of the possible directions for a navigator that they'll need to provide, just so we can mimic those sounds?
The lookout is not your navigator. The navigator is the guy like with the maps in like the air quotes office.
The lookout's just there to go there, left, there, right. You're not the one making decisions on where you're going.
An enemy ship.
That's what the lookout does. Is ships sails on the horizon, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Not saying the navigator would never go up there, but
Jasmine, stop. I'm trying to Sorry.
That's me out of character mixing them up, so sorry about that.
No, it's all good, dude. Aerodrim, yeah, just kind of goes listing off like the different roles. Like we got people who do whatever. They're getting pretty good there. Do we have a gunner amongst you?
No.
Right then. Hopefully we don't run into too much trouble too quickly.
I know a little bit about all of this stuff, but not much.
As do I. I've been sailing for. Oh, jeez, how old am I? Around about 100 years now, so I can do a little bit of everything, but it's hard to manage all the jobs at once, if you hear me. Right, so where would we be headed then? Have you decided that yet?
I think our general plan has been to track down the associates of our target at ports that they may have been spotted at. So I believe our eccentric companion here will have some starting points for us to possibly pursue.
Yes. So I was thinking, there's a friend of mine runs a pretty seedy tavern up in Seagate, way up in the Goblands. He might know something or other, or else like other friends could show up there, and we'd probably find someone to talk to about where Kirk would be.
All right, well, sounds like a good a start point as any. Well, does anyone else has any ideas?
I mean, I could ask around for some of the seedier elements of the city, but I doubt that's going to turn up much.
Now, I know the Admiral did recommend sailing at dawn, but like, it's only mid-afternoon. We could leave at night and just like sail in the night if you wanted.
Well, how long would it take to get there if we left now?
Oh, it'll be a few days at least up to Stonegate.
Before we do that, are we supplied? Do we actually have stuff down below, or do I have to go do that first?
Yes. Checking the stores is a good plan. Well, yeah, I'm gonna switch everyone back over to the like world map here.
All right.
No, I put up light sources. That was not intended. I think. Or whatever.
And now we're in the water.
Yeah.
Our boat disappears.
If you can see my cursor here, I should need to get off of light.
Not anymore.
So.
Oh, here it's back.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted. Also not what I wanted. Here, ruler. This place, right here.
Okay.
This is Stonegate.
Is that where we are or where we're going?
That's where you're going. You're here in Haven.
Oh, okay.
Here. It's probably 4 or 5 days to get up to Stonegate there.
Well, if it takes that long,
favorable winds and things.
if it's gonna take that long anyway, was there any particular reason we were advised to head out in the morning instead of right away?
Are you asking that in character or out?
In.
Well,
Aerodrim steps and says, well, sometimes harbors can be a bit dangerous. Maybe it's too shallow, maybe there's ships you don't see, things like that. If it's too dark as you're leaving.
Well, if it's mid-afternoon now, I don't know if we can count right now as too dark, can we?
That's a valid point, yeah. All right then, lads, you heard him. To the oars. Get us out of this harbor here. Cast off the ropes. Weigh anchor.
Did we check stores while we were at it?
Gonna say I need things to cook with. Uh oh.
Right.
Yeah, before
So
we'll start getting ready, but
yeah. Oh, it'll take time to get all of that going.
yeah, I'm gonna go below decks and start checking the supplies.
I'll come with you.
You head to the stores. We'll just head back over to the ship. That's like all the way down to the lowest level here. It is dark down here. Game is not currently paused.
It is a good thing I have dark sight.
Yeah.
I guess I should be in here with the maps,
Yeah.
planning the route.
Yep. But you see, like, at first glance, it looks like you don't have a lot of variety in things, but you have a decent amount of supplies. You also see that there's equipment here for every sailor to have a hand axe in case of boarding action. And I believe I mentioned in the chat how much you started with for ammunition and such. You estimate you have probably a month's worth of rations for the whole crew.
Oh, I was gonna say, we were told earlier we'd only be responsible for our crew for a week, but we got supplies for a month.
They also want to be paid.
Paid for a week. We have to pay them too.
Yeah. Payment is also often done when you make port, rather than each day, like, they just go stick it in their bunk or whatever. As you can see, the bunks aren't exactly private.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, if we did it that way, I would probably occasionally steal some of it back and just pay them with the same money twice. So
We'll see how long you get away with that.
Yeah.
I'm a rogue.
That doesn't mean you'll succeed every time.
It really does
I'm
not.
the one who doesn't. Who catches me?
Ooh. I would not make a habit of killing your crew. But you also have,
I'm saying it's a possibility.
Hey, we need that guy.
including what is by the like what is in place by your guns. You do have the 8 guns, so 4 to a side, or the 8 cannons. In total, you probably have 100 cannonballs and gunpowder to match. I will do the math on what I said for what's required, on just how much powder that is in kegs. And you seem reasonably well provisioned for now.
Including medical supplies?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. As you come back up to the main deck, do I have his token? I don't. What am I doing?
Well, we're not going to be winning any wars in this thing, but it'll work.
Just means we've got to outsmart him.
You see vision cones. That bugs me a little bit. Cool. All right then. You, Antoine has been kind of just climbing through the ropes like a monkey. Seems to be just happy to be on the water again.
I mean, for someone who was presumably in jail for some time to now be walking around on a boat, I guess I can understand the enthusiasm.
Yeah. As you come back up, Aerodrome looks at you and says, "Are the provisions to your liking then?"
Yeah, this should do for now. We're probably gonna have to get a few more things once we get port again, though.
All right. Well, with that, I believe we'd best be off. Yes.
Yeah.
Unless anyone can think of
but
anything else
before
we
we
need to
go,
do.
Mr. Simon, do you need any arrows? You seem to be completely.
I can take care of myself. I'll find somewhere when I need them.
Are you sure? I have a few I can share with you.
I appreciate the offer, and I will keep that in mind should the need arise.
Alrighty.
All right then. Very well. You guys weigh anchor. You start hearing drums from beneath as well. There are somewhere on this ship. There are oar benches. You start moving out of the harbor, kind of slowly at first, and then picks up speed, especially as the wind fills the sails. And within probably 15-ish minutes, the oars are brought in again. Aerodrome gives the order for full sail. And has anyone taken the wheel yet?
No.
Nope.
I'm more looking for like the captain at the moment. Like, look.
Oh,
No one seems to be stepping up as captain.
I'll just come up here and take the wheel for the moment.
All right.
Till we have an actual captain.
The ship. How much experience do you have steering a ship?
I'm actually proficient with. I'd say
What?
There is a proficiency for sea vehicles.
Yeah.
I have that, and I am also a proficient navigator. So
Okay. I have proficiency for
Okay.
land vehicles, not this.
again,
that may become relevant.
I've been a pirate for 30 years. I think I can handle the ship.
Sure.
Maybe not in battle, but I'll be able to do it outside.
So there are. Well, if a combat happens, we'll get into ship combat. If. Sure. After 15 or so minutes, oars are brought in, sails dropped to full, and you start really making progress out of the harbor. You see as you pass the large flagship that if you're standing on your aft castle, like where the wheel is, the main deck of the flagship is probably 2 or 3 decks up, like 2 or 3 stories above you still.
So
And then
the
it has its
flagship's several
own
floors
fore and
taller.
aft castle. It is a big boat. It's probably 3 times as long as your ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If our target ship is anything like that, we're in serious trouble.
But you start heading out of the harbor, and Simon, you were told to that you're headed northward. Yes.
I believe so, according to these maps I've been looking at. We're headed to Stonegate, I believe it was called.
Yes. Yes. That's where. That is indeed where the bloody anchor is.
That's the subordinate of Kirk that we are pursuing.
That is the tavern that Tuck runs.
Oh, that's the name of the tavern.
Yes.
Okay. They didn't
Yes.
mention the name
Mr.
before.
Simon, if it's all the same
I-
to you, I'd
I
prefer to avoid Maybon.
Sorry, say again?
If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to avoid Maybon along the way.
Whatever, as long as we get there, the route doesn't concern me much.
So we won't be making port before we get there? Okay. How wide around Maybon do you want to go?
It should be fine as long as we don't make dark. As long as we don't make.
Okay. Because we could go like out around Lunos, the islands there, but that takes a whole bunch more time.
We could just drive right by and you could wave hi.
I'd really rather not do that one. I'll probably just stay up here.
Who drew these AoEs over here?
That was me by accident.
I was gonna say, are we under attack already?
It wasn't me. I can't select them to remove them.
How do you do that?
Art repressor? Can I? Nope, that's not what I want to do. I will figure that out because I know there's a button you can press to just clear it all, but I'll figure that out later.
Let's just pretend those aren't there for the moment.
Yeah.
That's just water splashing on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. It seems as much as like mid-afternoon, sun's kind of getting a little low in the western sky. It's a beautiful day out on the water here. Aerodrome does come up and say, "So, what is the plan for evening? Are we just carry on, start night watch, things like that?"
Works for me.
I mean, I got some cards if anyone wants to play cards.
All right then. You see Aerodrome like pulls up a chair. Where are you all as you discuss that? Are you like near the wheel where Ithvik is? Or
I imagine we're all just hanging out on deck. Unless we're needed somewhere.
things seem to be going okay. He pulls out a little pan flute and starts playing a little song. It's beautiful.
Simon's just sitting at the top of the stairs here, just watching.
You get the general read from your new crew that they do their jobs and they're doing pretty good, but like there's not a ton of motivation to it. Sometimes like they kind of fumble a knot, things like that. Like it's they're getting the job done, but they're not great at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, after probably an hour or so, you hear a cry from the the Kenku up in the crow's nest, saying "Sails! Sails!" and he's pointing to the west.
So I guess we look and see if we can spot what he's looking at.
Yes, you see to the west a ship headed your way. Does anyone have like a
periscope or telescope? I don't know if anyone else.
They're kind of expensive, actually.
I could fly closer and see if I can more easily identify it.
You sure you want to risk that? What if they're hostile?
That's why I'm not immediately doing it. Can the Kenku tell us in any clear terms if he identifies who they are?
He
see a black flag.
Say again, sorry?
Do you see a black flag?
Or a blue flag. They told us it was a blue flag.
It takes a minute or two, but he says, "Gray sails!"
That is not super identitative. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can probably see that it's got gray sails from here, can we?
Yeah. As he's looking as well. Crossbones! Crossbones!
Well, that is probably a clearer picture.
You see that the ship is like barreling down directly on you. You don't yet see, like, no shots have been fired just yet, but they are like changing their course to keep up to you and try and intercept. They are moving faster than you are.
Well, I think that's about as much of an indication as we need.
Maneuvers.
It's probably planned for a confrontation.
Can I maneuvers and shout to some of the crew members to man the ballista?
Let's not fire any shots yet, but let's get ready to. If they decide to make moves against us, we'll be ready to fire back.
All right then.
Sorry if I don't know if anyone else has more authority to provide orders than I do. I'm just the navigator.
I'm pretty sure you're the closest thing to a captain we have right now.
Create. Okay. Could I get everyone to click on your token and then roll initiative?
There it is.
Sure.
It's gonna take a second to load. There we go. Did it roll? There we go.
Nice.
Oh, they roll on top of like character sheets too.
Yeah.
Like I just popped up an NPC sheet and there were just 2 dice sitting squarely on top of it. Anyway, I believe I need to do this. Okay. And then... do I remember how to roll initiative? Actually, it's on the thing.
Yeah, I just went to the
It should
character
just
sheet and
be
clicked
there.
initiative.
Yep. There we go. Okay. Okay.
I like it. We heard the roll but didn't see it.
Yep. Gotta love that private DM roll.
But we know that dice are rolling, and that makes us afraid.
Yep. Okay. You. Add to initiative. I'm still figuring out how to run stuff on Foundry. I'm sorry to anyone watching who's like, this is really slow. What's going on? I apologize.
We're not Dimension 20. Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, Dimension 20 is made up of like professionals and
Yeah.
actors and the like. We are not that. We're
Look
just
out.
a group of friends here having a good time.
Look out, Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'm coming for you.
Wow.
And with these area effects, as you can obviously see, it's the first time for a lot of us all using
Oh,
Foundry.
absolutely.
Yeah, I've used Roll20 a couple of times, but I haven't used this. But
Yeah.
I like this software so far.
This software is much better than Roll20 once you're used to it. All of this stuff with like lighting and stuff that when we're on a proper map will show up more. You have to pay extra for that on Roll20. This is just like a one-time payment, good to go.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's all open source. So like the dice rolling across the screen is a widget. I can set it up. I haven't yet set it up, but like you can turn on whether someone's carrying a torch or a lantern or a magic light source, anything like that.
Nice.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I was literally about to say hashtag not sponsored ... hashtag yet.
Oh. So yeah. Anyway.
Edware,
Oh,
thank
that
you for
was-
enjoying the stream. Foundry is Roll20 on steroids.
It really, really is. That's Ezrin, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. Anyway. Sure, that works. So, Ithvik, you are up first. You see that there is this other ship barreling down. You're not sure if they are in range just yet. If you want to give me a quick perception check, you can try and gauge just how far away they are.
That was almost a 1.
That almost was. They are probably about 1,000 feet away. Let me actually open up the document real quick with the range of your cannons.
1 kilofoot.
Exactly. Is this the GM binder link? Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm going to attempt to turn the ship a little bit to make it where they'll go alongside us rather than
Okay.
straight into us.
You
Then-
turn a bit to try and get better shot with your cannons, things like that.
I was more going to attempt to avoid them running into us because I don't know
Fair.
of attack yet.
Sure.
And then,
So
and
so
then I
they-
shout, "Man, you battle stations!"
so they're off to our left. So they're attempting to T-bone us basically, or are they trying to pull up alongside us?
They are, as of right now, they are headed directly at you.
Okay. So we won't know until they get
Actually,
closer.
with that perception check, they have kind of started to like turn as if to come alongside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. So yeah, I'm gonna do what I just said. Just keep people ready for a fight, but
Yeah.
just to turn alongside and make it a little.
Yeah. Cool.
I do try to keep them in line with the cannons, though.
Yeah. Awesome. Do you prepare any actions, anything? Or I guess you're interacting with the wheel to move the ship. That is your action. interacting with the wheel is an action. Ordering the cannons to fire is a bonus action.
Okay.
Also, you can do like your regular combat stuff as their regular speeds. I forget, and I'm not sure where I put the document, but there are other rules, like other actions you can take in this sort of ship-to-ship combat. I think one of them is like attempt to repair the ship, but it takes time and action and materials. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you move the ship. Barry, it is your turn.
Okay, so I will say that ever since we left dock, Barry has been bustling around the galley, just, she's prepping something. And the galley
you would have heard the like hands to combat stations.
Yeah, so once she heard that, she put everything on like, the low boil, everything's fine. Just a simmer. And then she would have rushed up, and she's probably like, which way would they be coming from? Like top?
They are. So when they were initially spotted, they were to your west and you were headed north. So they were off the port side of the ship. Yeah.
Oh, they're this way.
Does everyone know your port and starboard?
I remember starboard and larboard. Thanks, Omega.
Shout out to Omega.
So yeah, when she heard the call to arms, she trudged upstairs, dragging behind her the rolling pin that she had attached to her back beforehand. It is indeed a rolling pin, but like you wouldn't be able to really roll dough with it. It's just very big.
It's just cartoonishly big.
It's cartoonishly big. So probably started off as a rolling pin, but things have been done to it. And I guess like are crewmates at the cannons? Like crewmates would be at the cannons, right?
There are crew at cannons, yes.
Okay, so I guess she would kind of be standing by the rail here, kind of doing whacking the rolling pin against her hand, trying to look very aggressive and just keeping a close eye for anybody that tries to get too close, for if the ship gets into boarding range.
Sure.
By the way, I just want to mention for anyone watching who might not know who we all are, since I mentioned Omega, those who might know the name would recognize we're a group of players who all play Final Fantasy XIV together, and that's how we know each other, and that's we're all playing together for this game. So if we make Final Fantasy XIV references from here every now and then,
we're sorry, but we can't help it.
Yeah, we're nerds. What's up? We make references to things we enjoy.
Yeah,
that's how it works. It's half of my DM strategy is referencing properties I like, so
we've somehow made it this far without referencing Limsa.
No, true.
I even had a character who was referred to as the Admiral.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is the enemy's turn. They gain about 100 feet on you. You also hear in a booming voice, echoing across the ocean. Yar, we be the Iron Hands. You best, how would he say this?
He's just fucking up his lines in character.
No, out of character.
Okay.
That would have been awesome, though.
You just hear the rustling of papers.
What's my line? You'd best surrender any valuables if you value your life.
So wait, if we value our lives, we should surrender our lives?
Can I take a moment to roll insight to see if I know who these guys are?
Sure.
I would also like to see if maybe I can, if they sense any familiarity. I don't have proficiency in that, but we'll roll it anyway. That's a fucking nat one!
You have no fucking clue. You've heard of the Iron Hands. They're almost exclusively dwarves. And they aren't big time pirates, and like it is absolutely their style to pick on a ship just coming out of harbor.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
their ship has gotten about 100 feet closer to yours. I will say, with your like slight turn, Ithvik, you kind of like slowed your escape, as it were, a little bit. They are oncoming faster because you've kind of turned toward them a little bit to avoid the ram. Is that what you wanted to do?
I'm still going to continue to do that.
Okay, cool.
It's not my turn yet.
I guess we should be confused about why he's turning towards them.
Fair enough. Antoine starts heading up this way. Let me actually pull up his character sheet real quick. He has that much movement. He gets here, right near like your foot, Simon.
Okay.
He's at the bottom of the stairs. He's like, "Oh, I'm ready gonna be ready with those ballistas. Let's go!" He's excited for this to happen.
What do you think our chances are, man? I don't know these guys very well.
Oh, these are just iron hands. We're fine. Tyrin, Kai.
Hi. Is just gonna plod his way up to a little bit higher so he can just see a little better. And he's got his big old shield out, just kind of watching and waiting.
Sure. Do you want to prepare any sort of action? Like,
He's going to prepare a spell.
sure. You're aware of how that works in 5th edition?
Yeah.
How, like, while you're preparing, you're concentrating on the spell, and especially if it's a level spell, if the triggering action has not happened to react to, your spell is still consumed regardless. Like, you cast it now and just hang on to the energy.
Yeah, for now, I'm just gonna wait in defense.
Okay, sounds good. Simon.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold my ground for now. We're not in any immediate danger, I think. So
The opposing ship is roughly 900 feet away.
yeah, so that's not within range of anything I can do quite yet. I don't believe so. I'm just gonna draw my dagger from my pouch and have it on hand and ready in case they succeed in boarding us.
Very well. Awesome.
And you know what? Is there something I can hide behind that they wouldn't see from their direction, just so I can make myself not a target? Because I don't know.
If you kind of crouch down behind the rail, there's enough obscurement there that it'd be like half cover.
So like over here?
Or that was more speaking the rail at the edge,
okay.
but especially if you were like in by the stairs there, that would you would have full cover for now, but that also means you can't see them.
Yeah.
Half cover means you effectively have a +2 to your AC.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep myself ready in case, for all we know, they have archers among them.
Sure. Aerodrim steps up to Barry here. There we go. He puts a hand on like your hip as if it were your shoulder. And casts a spell. You feel incredibly brave.
Oh, nice.
He casts the spell Bravery, which you are immune to being frightened.
I think you
And
can
you
pop that in
gain
the
temporary hit points.
I think you can pop the spell
equal to-
description in the chat so they can read it if they need to refer to it.
Yeah, I will do that. Heroism. That's not the button I wanted to press. How do I do that?
Maybe
There.
just click the spell.
Cast
name.
spell.
There it is.
There we go. There we go. You gain... There's no damage on this spell. What are you talking about? You gain 3 temporary hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Wow.
And
Gives you like a little shield.
And I don't think temporary hit points stack. They just replace each other.
Correct. Yeah. Topaz.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to ask a question. I just want to like rule this out right away.
Sure.
What is categorized as an object?
I look forward to seeing where this goes.
Technically, anything that isn't a living creature. Or isn't a creature.
Good to know. That's not what I'm going to be doing, but I'm just going to have it in the back of my mind.
Okay.
I'm really curious as to what is going on.
Cool.
I promise you, what I'm doing this turn is way less interesting. I'm casting Druidcraft
Okay.
as a cantrip.
Oh.
So I'm just kind of whispering to the spirits of nature, and I'm having like this tiny wisp appear that gives me an idea of what the weather will be at this location for the next 24 hours.
You...
Just to see if there's a storm coming.
Now, is it the weather in 24 hours?
The weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
So for the next 24.
Yeah, for the next 24. Okay,
Yeah, so it's like, I want to know if, like, say, we might be seeing, like, a storm or something coming.
The winds that you summon, I imagine, like, over your hand, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would do that. Kind of like holding as if it was like a compass or something. Only for weather.
They kind of, the like, gust of wind in your hand kind of swirls a bit, and then you see the color shift to be, like, like golden yellow, and then a cloud rolls across it as it turns silver, and then a couple smaller clouds kind of go in as it shifts back to a golden orb, and then dissipates.
Ezrin in our chat, what is an object? Oh boy, I love those kind of questions.
It's awesome.
I tend to be that kind of player. That's why
I love it. I love it.
Anyway, though, I guess for the remainder of my turn, I'm just gonna like walk up towards like the side, like where I'm seeing the enemy ship coming in.
Sure. You see that they are roughly 900 feet away.
Okay.
Now then, let me check this real quick. Awesome. For the record, Marcus, because you're the one who was looking into the ship statistics, etc.
Yeah.
The cannons are not naturally, like, if it gives them a bonus, they don't just get that bonus. That's from, the skill of the person firing them, etc.
Yeah.
Oh,
I understand.
that's not in there. So, yeah, the cannon is naturally just like you roll a d20.
Right.
There are multiple kinds of cannons available, things like that. Anyway, that brings us back to the top of the round with Ithvik.
I'll ask our bosun what he thinks our chances are if they're actually.
You immediately hear Antoine say, I'm telling you, we can take them. They are nothing. And then Aerodrim says, yeah, it's like Iron Hands. If nothing else, it'll be an even match. Like at worst, it's an even match. Depending on how skilled you lot are, I don't see it being too much trouble.
Right then, I grab a bundle of my arrows and throw them over to Simon. You're gonna need more than a dagger, lad.
Sounds good.
Simon is
Awesome.
visibly frustrated, having more to carry than he needs.
Barry.
So when the ship moved closer last round, could we tell how fast it moved? Like what its movement is?
Give me an insight check. Yeah, insight check. I love this module.
Yep.
Okay, it looked to be like it was gaining on you by about 100 feet around, at least at the point it was moving there, and with factoring in Ithvik's movement of the ship as well.
Speaking of, it's still moving that way. I haven't stopped.
Yeah, you mentioned.
So we're like slightly moving away from it.
They are gaining on you. They are
But
getting
they are
closer.
gaining.
Yeah. He's just more trying to position so you won't get rammed.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, cool.
So I guess. And are they about 100 feet away, you said?
They are about 900 feet.
Oh, so they're not gonna be here for a while.
It's gonna be a bit.
Yeah.
Gonna be a little bit. Okay.
Your move, or Ithvik's movement of the ship seems to be like almost angling to head towards them. So they maybe accelerate, like relative to you, they might be accelerating.
Okay. I'll just stay put for a little bit then.
Sure. Sounds good. Then, again, the other ship moves probably 120-ish feet towards you, and then you hear two thunderous bangs.
They're firing?
Oh.
They are firing. Your ship's AC is 15, if I remember correctly. One impacts with the hull of your ship. I will point out that your ship has an HP as well as a damage threshold, or any hull has a damage threshold, which means you have to deal at least that much damage to it to deal any damage to it.
Okay.
Then it's going to deal that much damage. You hear a thud as a cannonball hits your ship, but it doesn't seem to have had much of an effect.
Okay.
I apparently rolled that. Oh, because it's your... It was still... What? Never mind. Anyway. Antoine finishes his run up to the ballista. Let me check the range on the ballista. Does not have range. Cool. And he like sits there, hand on the trigger, ready to fire.
Do we know what the range on it is?
The ballista's range is about 120.
Okay.
Oh.
What about our cannons?
Cannons, 600.
Should I be worried about that? Oh.
No.
We're gonna have to wait a
Cool,
little bit more
cool.
before they're in range, but then we can start.
Yeah. And then we pass to Tyrin's turn. It did seem like they fired twice. The cannon that missed still splashed about proximate to you.
Well,
it made range. It just did not hit.
well, now that they've
If you-
fired,
if you-
I guess we can start counterattacking if you want.
And then we come to Kai's turn.
So do we
Okay.
need to man the cannons ourselves, or is it?
There are crew on the cannons. You need to tell them to fire.
Gotcha.
Do we know how much proficiency in firing they have? Would they do better than we did?
You don't know how skilled they are. You've been told that they have become familiar.
So I guess it's up to you if you think you can do a better job firing than the crew, or if you want to just order them to do it.
I mean, you only
You can-
get cannons
you-
anyway.
The cannons are on on the side of the ship. I did not make this map nor edit it at all, so they are not currently visible on here. But we'll say there's one. Let's see.
Are they on the top deck, like where we are?
They are on the main deck. Yes.
Okay.
Cannon. That's not. How do I draw a thing? Draw freehand. Cannon.
The cannon. The cannon.
And cannon. Each cannon has 2 men ready to fire and reload it.
So
Okay.
it's up to you if you want to do the firing yourself or just order them, or if you want to do something else.
At this point.
I will say the exchange there would be volume of fire compared to potential accuracy. Like, you fire one and maybe you're better, or just fire them all. Actually, you have 4 cannons to a side, didn't I say?
Yes,
I think you did,
Yes.
yeah.
You do notice that, where do I want to put the 4th cannon?
And they are in range now?
They fired on you.
Probably where I am, just so one of them is like a little higher, maybe.
Yeah, actually.
I could stand over here.
That's cleared all drawings? That's not what I want to do. This one. Get rid of it. Yeah, if you just want to move step up the stairs or something even.
Hold on.
Or whichever direction you want to move. Are you... Yeah, you're still in cover.
I have to request to move.
Accept. Sure. Yeah, each cannon... And, same places on the other side. They are going to be coming up on your port side. Anyway... what are you doing with your turn there, Kai?
I'm ordering these boys to fire.
Full broadside?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me 4d20 with no modifiers.
Here we go.
Oh.
Not great. Less great.
Oh. And last one.
These damn virtual dice.
Oh no.
No.
Somebody else should have fired.
So you fire, you see 4 cannonballs shoot out from these huge clouds, and then you see splashes near the other ship.
And Kai's head goes down in shame.
Well, it's not like you're not the one who fired them. You just told them to fire it.
Well, maybe I should be firing, but I don't think I would have rolled any better.
Yeah, now I will say the cannons cannot be fired until initiative count 20, as the crew reloads them.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Simon.
Okay, so these cannons are all now reloading.
Yes.
Is there any sort of help action I can provide to speed up the reloading?
The cannons are served by a crew of 2 men, and that satisfies all of the actions needed to prepare it for the next firing.
Okay, so I couldn't speed that up at all.
Not really, no. They do seem like the aiming and firing of the cannons seem to be a little rough. They've got reloading down.
Okay.
Like they're good at preparing to fire again. Yeah.
Okay, then I think I'm gonna stay here so I can try and fire myself next time.
Yeah, the opposing ship. I said it moved closer, but I didn't say it's like 780 feet away. I think I said 120. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will mention just as a reminder, the cannons are a 600, 2400 range, meaning 600 normal range, 2400 long range, which is rolled with disadvantage. I'm not going to make you re-roll those because
I was about to say that sounds like if they were further than 600 feet, then that would have been long range.
Yeah.
We know for next time.
Oh yeah. Like, yeah.
They'll probably be within that range next time we get a chance to fire anyway.
Quite possibly. Would you like to hold an action to shoot something, Simon? You can start to see like individual creatures on the other deck as well.
Okay.
You do see 2 of them with bows, and then 4 with some form of melee weapon in hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay where I am next to the cannon, so I'm ready to try firing it myself. But until that happens, I think I'm gonna set myself to dodge. That way, if someone does fire an arrow at me, I can have a better chance to avoid it.
Sure. So you are taking the dodge action. Very good. Dodge action is very strong. All right. Eridrim gives like words of encouragement to the gunnery crew. Says, "You'll get them with the next shot, boys." And he also takes the dodge action. Yeah, he doesn't really have anything else that would work right now. And that brings us to Topaz.
All right. So she's just gonna do a little a floaty jump in the air and just go, yeah, we got this.
Awesome, I love it.
Yep. Basically just trying to boost some sort of morale, considering how disheartening it was for the cans go wrong. And I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself.
Cool. Awesome. That gives you resistance to the damage?
Yes, resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Cannon's technically a weapon.
I was gonna say.
Okay. See, that's the other question I could have asked.
But, good.
Are cannons an object?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure cannons are an object. It's more like, are cannons a weapon?
I was referencing your earlier question.
Yeah.
We still don't know what that's
right.
Anyway,
it is your turn.
That is my turn.
Oh, yeah, okay. Literally in defense mode.
I placed myself face down.
It's your turn.
I placed myself face down.
Marcus?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Only real thing I can do is just prepare to dodge and continue sailing.
Sure, you continue sailing. I will say that you're pretty well directly towards them.
Any sort of buffs you can do on yourself maybe to prepare for combat?
That means you have moved your ship closer. It gets weird because the ships don't technically move on your turns, but anyway, you're 600 feet away now, but you're now directly head on with them. It feels like neither, any ship on the broadside or any cannons on the broadside aren't going to be the most useful. Does that make sense?
I mean, my goal is to kind of come up alongside.
Yeah. That you will be doing that.
It sounds like that's what they're trying to do.
You're not lined up that way yet for the cannons to go off. So the cannons are not super useful right now.
I reach up and draw my sword.
Sounds good.
Get ready.
Awesome. Barry.
Just in case someone boards us.
Yep.
So 600 feet, closing fast.
Yes.
Okay. I look at the rolling pin in my hands because I don't have any ranged options at all. And I look at everybody else doing the getting ready, like going to defensive stance. I'm like, oh, wait, that's a pretty good idea. So I'll take the dodge action as well.
Awesome.
Because, I want to rage so badly, but, like,
Yeah.
I would have to, like, punch myself to not let it fall.
I get it.
Not let it fall off if they don't come into range. So we're just dodging.
It's an intimidation factor. Just punch yourself.
Yeah, punch myself in the face.
You are going to hear a brief die rolling. It's because I didn't add the individual sailors from the other ship, just their captain to initiative. So that's about to happen. The sailors, like, till now, they've just been acting on their captain's initiative. But as we get closer, am I on? Oh, on private, sweet. Cool. It is the enemy captain's turn now. The other ship gets closer. It's probably, screw it, I want to get into actual combat. 400 feet away. Closing it real quick now as your head on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
And no cannons fire at you.
Well,
Antoine.
I mean, that makes sense, I think, because they want to board us and get our valuables. They don't want to sink us.
Yeah. Antoine sits ready, itchy trigger finger ready to fire as soon as the other ship is in range.
All right. I missed everything there after you said rolling initiative for the sailors.
Okay. They are roughly 400 feet. Do we just want to fast forward a little bit? Everyone's got herald actions, blah, blah, blah. They draw up alongside.
Like, we
Looking
only
at the
have
time.
until. You said that you were ending us at, like, around 10, right?
Yeah, what was the goal? If we go a little over, it's okay. But yeah.
My point is, I think we should cut to the chase and actually get into range for some combat.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to. So we'll do a round where they're in range for normal. Simon can shoot now.
Okay, I was gonna say the question is there anything else that anyone wanted to do before they are in range?
Yeah.
The round before I would rage. But that's about it. I mean, it says bonus action, so I could do it on my turn. It's not that big.
And I was gonna cast Shillelagh on my
Shillelagh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my wooden mace.
Yep. It is now a magic wooden mace.
With a little extra damage.
Yup.
Okay, so
Always fun.
If there's nothing else anyone wants to do before they get in range, I think we can move along.
Sweet. Would you like to make
Alright.
your attack, Simon?
Alright, so just a flat d20?
Would you... No, are you shooting the... That cannon is not quite in range now because you're essentially... You're offset head on right now. Would you like to shoot your weapon?
I chose to express this by not saying anything, but what I don't think people process is I have a quiver, but I don't have a bow.
Yeah.
I just have a dagger and an empty quiver. So I just want people to have that processed.
Oh. I thought you had your bow with you. I'm sorry.
So yes, I don't quite have a ranged weapon to fire with. So I think I'm just going to stay at the cannon.
Sure.
Sounds
good.
Yeah.
Are you still taking cover or the dodge action or whatever?
Yes, taking cover still.
Sure. Sounds good. Their archers are going to shoot a couple of arrows, and I'm going to fast forward here a little bit. I need this. Not that. That's what I needed. So at, see, what can they see? They're actually going to shoot at Barry. Does a 20 hit you? Not 20, just a 20.
Yeah.
Okay. And you take 5 points before having it, so you take 2 points of piercing damage. Another arrow kind of skitters across the deck at Aerodrim's feet. And that will bring us to Topaz. Do you have a spell you would like to cast as you're getting into range?
I'd probably still be putting up defensive spells. Like I'd still be putting up like Blade Ward until I'm actually ready to go on the offense.
Sounds good.
Just in case they catch us off guard, you know?
Yes. Ithvik, you pull the two ships alongside each other. A couple of grappling hooks come across from the other ship as they kind of like match the momentums, etc. And now you are alongside the enemy ship.
Well, are the cannons ready yet?
Cannons are ready.
I order them to fire and then step away from the wheel.
Okay.
How far away are the ships from each other now?
They are like 10 feet.
Oh, fuck.
I am going to say roll with advantage, you hit regardless.
I was going to say, if we can't hit from 10 feet away, what the hell?
Yeah. Roll 2d20 4 times. That's the thieves' tools.
I hit slash, I'm sorry. Wrong, sorry.
Okay. Would you like me to make this a little faster for you?
It's acting up for a second, sorry.
Sure. /R. Drop 1. So you rolled a 14. That's still a hit. I'm just crit fishing for these here.
Yeah.
No 20s.
That was almost 20.
I rolled all your attacks, Marcus.
I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. Could you now roll 16d10? No. 4 sets of 4d10.
Fuck.
Cannons hurt.
Yeah.
If Chrome starts working, hold on.
Oh shit. Try refreshing the page.
It's not that. It's just my laptop.
Oh, okay. I will say again, would you like me to do it for you?
Please, it is being stubborn.
Okay. R4D10. Damage. I like this is public because we just get a mess of dice.
Yeah.
24. Ooh.
Nice.
And all of those beat the damage threshold.
Nice.
44. 62, 79 damage to their hull.
Ezrin in our chat, if you can't hit from 10 feet away, it gives the whole meaning to can't hit the broadside of a barn.
With the broadside of a cannon.
Yeah.
So, check this stat block. Their hull HP. Ooh. You dealt significant damage to their ship.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you are you preparing to receive boarders, or are you going to their ship?
I was going to prepare to receive boarders.
Okay, sounds good.
I believe I moved myself where I thought I was going to stand.
Yep. I will say at the end of your turn, the boarders will swing across.
How many are
Does
coming?
that make sense? Sorry?
Yep.
How many?
How many? 1, 2, 3, and then this guy with a big ostentatious feather sticking out of his cap.
Oh, fun. Is he also a dwarf?
He is. They are all dwarfs.
Okay.
The feather is probably about as tall as you. Like, his total height with the feather makes him probably about your height. We'll say that many. And it is Barry's turn.
Right in the middle of them.
Yup.
Finally.
The perfect place for barbarian.
Let's get angry.
Yeah, I guess she will rage. And just be like, God, it took you guys forever to get over here. And then, I guess she'll just go to town on these guys over here.
Sure. What type of barbarian are you?
I just went with the normal path, the berserker, the classic.
Berserker, okay. Are you frenzying with your rage then?
Can I do both of that on one bonus action?
Frenzy is. I mean, you would be able to use but when you rage, you choose to frenzy, which lets you immediately make an attack with that bonus action. And on each of your turns until your rage ends, you can take make an attack as a bonus action.
As a bonus action, yeah.
When your rage ends, you will take a level of exhaustion.
Well, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, this is only day 1. We can't. We're running into more than one encounter. I guess I'll do Frenzy Rage as well.
Sure.
I can.
You can.
Okay. Then I guess I will just start swinging on them. I thought about doing whatchamacallit? Yeah, that's its name.
Totem Barbarian's really good. Ancestral Guardian's really good. Zealot is pretty good and interesting, but kind of needs a cleric in the party.
Right.
There are some other weird ones that are interesting as hell, but yeah. Anyway.
So Cookie is the name of your rolling pin?
That hits.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
Cool.
And so I don't think when we were messing around last time, it doesn't automatically add rage damage, so I guess I'll have to do +2 to every single roll. I'll just have to remember to do that.
Sure. Okay. Works for me.
Shit.
Jesus. That added your rage damage. You don't get the +2 there is your rage damage.
I was gonna say there is a +2 there. Is that what that is, or is that something else?
I wrote that in. Like I did +2.
Oh, okay.
Under the like special effects little thing you can edit. Yeah.
You hit this guy and he falls over.
Oh, okay.
Dead or just down or what?
He fall over real good.
Okay.
He did.
You pull Cookie back up, and there are bits of brain on it.
Oh,
I see. I'm gonna have to wash that before we go back to the galley.
Run about. There's water everywhere.
For free, you dealt double his HP and damage.
Oh fuck.
Oops.
I'm taking care of the other one there.
Yeah, I'll just move over to the next guy. Your turn.
There's plenty of water around to wash it.
He lifts his boarding axe as if to hit you. Make your attack. Put this man out of his misery. Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
You have all of this energy from the first hit, and try to hit this guy as you come back up, and
I get
just
distracted
miss entirely.
by the gore on my thing. Yeah.
Okay. You've done your bonus action. You've moved a little bit. You could move more, but he could get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'll just stay here.
Cool. It is the captain's turn behind his one remaining dude there.
Yeah.
So if that first guy is dead, does
let me
his token stay there, or what's? How does that get handled?
He is fallen over. Can't really mark him as defeated, but like his tokens will stay there because you guys might be able to loot bodies or whatever.
Okay.
The captain here will step up. He's going to attempt to hit you with his sword. No, before he steps in, sorry. He's going to shoot you with a hand crossbow.
From point blank?
This is before he steps in. I just have already moved him a bit.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit your AC?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
She doesn't wear armor.
Fair. You take 3 points reduced to 1
Okay.
from his hand crossbow. And then he steps in and is going to hit you with the longsword in his other hand. For a 16 to hit.
Yep.
And 7 damage reduced to 3. Resistance is really strong, kids. Antoine is excited on his ballista here. He's gonna try and shoot the captain.
Oh.
Oh,
Good, huh?
nice.
Oh,
I like his gumption.
that is okay.
Just headshot the captain with a siege ballista.
Right. He's not proficient in a ballista, but he's very dexterous.
Don't you put a hole in my ship.
He almost rolled a nat 20. But what's the captain's AC? He hits.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
That captain is just a bloody spirit now.
That is a lot of damage too. The ballista is 3d10 damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I guess it's no loss of ammo.
Okay, that's not so bad. He deals 14 points of damage to this guy,
Yeah.
and like
Who on the game screen is hiding under the body of his dead associate.
that's not.
On my screen, it looks like his thing is under the dwarf token.
It does.
there it is.
I don't know. What does this do? Here, I'll move that guy back.
He just kicks his dead crew member out of the way as he steps in.
Pretty much.
Once they're dead, just throw them in a corner somewhere. They'll work.
All right. Antoine gets to work reloading his ballista. Kai, there are bad people on your ship.
There are.
Also enemies, but you know.
Wow, thanks.
Are any of them holding like metal weapons at this point in time?
The captain has a longsword in hand. And this guy here,
Okay.
he has just like a belaying pin. Which is like a metal hook that you'd wrap rope around normally.
Well, I would like to cast heat metal on the captain's sword.
Sure. That is a very good spell. He rolls a dex check to try and drop the weapon, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up here for you as soon as I find it.
Sure.
Oh.
2d8 fire damage when you cast the spell until the spell ends. You
shit.
can use bonus action to cause the damage again. If the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. Okay.
Okay, so he takes the damage because he's holding it, and then does the save to decide if he drops it.
Roll 2d8. He takes 9 damage.
Nice. Hito metar. That's a Common Rider joke.
And then he's going to make a Constitution saving throw. What's your save DC?
13.
13. He rolls. He succeeds.
So he's holding the sword.
He is still holding the sword.
But now he has disadvantage on attack roll.
He
And
does
ability
with
checks.
that object. Wait. Holy shit. Yeah. You're good.
Check.
Yeah. That was a pretty good spell.
Yeah.
It's even worse if it's armor.
Yeah, because it's a lot harder to drop that. The guy that you just tried to hit after bludgeoning his buddy, Barry, he's going to try and hit you. He is going to swing his scimitar.
You killed my coffee buddy.
Right? He rolls a 19 for 7 damage reduced to 3.
Okay.
And the other 2, this guy's going to step in here and swing at Ithvak with a scimitar. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
For 3 damage. And this guy is going to step up here and swing at Topaz. That's your character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still learning, everyone.
The names are all in the bottom left corner, at least on our screens.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
I
He
had to
misses.
go for one of my super complicated names. Wow, that's sad.
He missed. He rolled a 2 on the die. Simon.
Okay, so I'm going to move over here towards this guy, move up behind this guy that just attacked Topaz, and attempt to stab him with my dagger.
Cool.
Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Dagger, attack.
Yep.
Do I get, since he's attention focused on her, do I get any sort of advantage or anything? Since I'm coming up behind him?
If you took a step down, you would be flanking and get advantage.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
Like if you move your character.
Oh, if I was here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we
then.
are playing with flanking. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah. At least for now. I may take it away later if it becomes like oppressive.
So that's...
You hit with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. If it would be impressive for anyone, it's me, and it doesn't matter if I have it or not. So.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's just a normal hit.
Yep. For 6 damage.
Yeah.
That's a solid hit. He takes 6 points of piercing damage. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
No, I think that's it for now.
Cool. Aerodrim is going to, as I take a look-see-do here, he is going to swing his longsword at this guy. He's using 2 hands on this longsword. Actually, wait, I'm an idiot. He would have advantage on this. Both of them were 3s on the die. He misses.
Wow.
Just fate. And then it is Topaz's turn.
All right. She's gonna take one good look at the person who tried to like stab her up close, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't know you want to dance." And I am going to use Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Ah,
I thought you were about to say, I
he-
cast dance.
He is not in metal armor. You do not have advantage on the attack.
That's
fuck the
fine.
news, Ichi, that is a
I just
spell.
feel
You do
like
have
they
advantage
figure-
on the attack because of flanking.
I figured
Oh
it probably
yeah,
was.
that's how that works. Awesome.
Yep.
Time to figure out how this shit works.
Yeah, for anyone curious, because 5th edition doesn't have a like front or back where your token is, so it's just people standing like opposite you, like opposite sides of you. Your attention is split that you can't focus on dodging one or the other as well.
Does a 15 hit?
15 hits.
Hooray!
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
you reach out and touch this guy, and you see the energy like the lightning course through him, and he falls over with smoke spewing out of his ears.
Reach out and touch someone today.
I imagine that your character, when they see this happening, you just see like Topaz giving like a beaming smile.
Here, I can flag these guys as dead.
I give a nod of approval.
Cool. Anything else with bonus action, etc.?
With bonus action, etc. Nope. I'm good.
I don't think
Oh.
Chrome likes the dice.
That's fair. I think you can disable it for yourself if you want to. So that you won't see them, I think. It is your turn, by the way.
Give me a second for it to actually start working.
Yeah, if are you trying to turn off the 3D dice? Is that what you're doing?
That's not what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to just wait till I can actually do anything.
Okay.
Huh. Interesting.
I am so sorry.
Oh, hey, Kay, do you have Reckless attack yet?
Yep. I will be doing it next round.
Okay.
Cool.
That's the big. And have you been subtracting the damage you've taken from the temporary HP?
Yes.
Okay,
but
cool.
it does, you said it gets replenished at the
At the
start of
s-
each turn?
At the start of Aerodrim's turn.
Aerodrim's turn. So
When-
is that, so that would have just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes like the pirates, Ichi's character, Aerodrim. So like
Gotcha.
you lose HP, or like you lose temp HP and it's back.
Right.
I feel like this may become a theme. Give the person with resistance to damage
Further resistance.
the bubble.
Just refreshing.
Anyway.
Just refreshing Adlo on her every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much. I am honestly sorry about this.
It happens.
It's our first
Technology's
night.
great when it works.
It's our first night. We can hammer it out as we go.
Oh yeah. I will say, where you are positioned, you don't get to swashbuckle, but you do still get your sneak attack.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point, but
Yeah. You and Aerodrim are adjacent the same person.
I mean, since there's one standing there, he is I am just gonna attack the dude.
Sure. Did your internet break? Did your Chrome break again?
It hasn't fixed itself.
Yeah, you gotta click on the attack roll for it.
Yeah.
Anything at the moment is the problem.
So you would click short sword from like your hotbar or your character sheet, and then in the chat box click attack.
Yeah, if you're looking at it on your inventory and your list of weapons, you click the icon, which should change into like a dice icon.
Yeah, and that puts it in the inventory, or puts it in chat box, which has happened.
Yeah, I know how that works. I've been messing with that. It's just Chrome wasn't responding. I can't click the attack or damage roll. Come on, Chrome, you can do it. Yes, I know you don't like the scary dice. I'll fix it later.
Would you like me to do this for you? In the interest of saving time.
Yes, please. I just clicked the
Sure.
attack roll, and now some other menu has popped up on the side.
Oh yeah, you just click normal because you don't have advantage on the roll.
No, not that menu. It's
Oh.
menu.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
You rolled a 19, so you hit the guy. Your sneak attack is 2d6 right now, correct?
Yes. Oh, here. It actually let me click it that time. It's
Okay.
attack first, so.
Public roll. For 12 points of damage. He's still on his feet. That's not... I do that all the time. Okay, there we go. He's still on his feet, but not looking great. Barry.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do reckless attack. Because she's a little salty about missing that last one. So we're gonna remedy that. I'm just gonna hit the guy in front of me, so I get advantage. Oh, those are both
Thank God you did.
terrible.
At least with advantage, it's not a nat 1.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, does an 11 hit this guy? Probably not.
It does not quite hit.
Okay, now she's really mad.
Yeah, she's just angrily swinging around like.
You
Stand still. What the fuck?
you do have your frenzy attack, yeah.
That's better.
Okay. That's
That one
better.
hits.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh. That's good damage.
Ooh, that's very good damage.
Nice.
Very good damage. Yeah.
Very good damage indeed.
You got some more brains on your rolling pin.
And I guess she just angrily looks at the captain. And he's like, your turn. Let's get this over with.
Flagged as dead. Cool.
Oh, I just noticed that. That's cool.
Yeah, a little skull flag. It also, if the token from which I added them to the turn order gets, like, in the initiative list, Barry currently has like a bubble to signify the temp
yeah.
HP, etc.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Very
The
nice.
captain,
With his hot sword.
with his hot sword, runs and jumps over. You can get an attack of opportunity with advantage if you wish.
Yeah. We gotta.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. So it's still at advantage?
Sorry?
Is it still at advantage?
Yeah, yes. You are still reckless, which would also mean enemies hitting you would have advantage too.
Advantage, right, okay.
That does hit him.
Okay.
Nice.
Jesus. he lives that, but not well. And you hear him shout, "Cut the ropes! It's a bigger fish than we can take." And you see people like swing axes into the ropes on the grapnels that linked the ships, and the ships start to drift apart again.
I guess I just call over my shoulder. He's almost down. Someone with range, finish him.
Yeah. Antoine has reloaded his ballista.
Oh god.
Just fucking snipe him as they attempt to veer away.
He rolls enough to hit.
Oh, fuck.
3d10. Yeah, that'll do it. And you see, as he like calls, the ships start to drift apart with the loud thunk. The rival ship's captain takes the bolt through the chest, and then like the bolt embeds into the deck of the ship, propping him up.
Nice.
Now he'll really go down with the ship.
Yup. And Tyrin, you are left.
And we just have this one poor lonely dwarf left on our ship.
Yeah, who is not doing hot.
I almost want to have like a fucking cartoon moment where we just like intimidate the fuck out of him and he jumps off on his own.
Yeah, because I really don't have much that I really want to do to this guy with range. So I'm just gonna stay on a dodge kind of effect right now.
All right.
The only thing ranged I have is going to produce flame, and if I miss him, I don't really want to set us on fire.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
There's something I want to do to this guy before we get rid of him, whatever we do.
It's his turn first.
Yeah, I'm just saying when it's my turn.
Yeah. So it is his turn. And I deleted the token that was his initiative. I just know that he was here. He is going to attempt to run away.
Where's he gonna go? The ships are separating.
He's gonna swim.
I will chase him down.
Okay.
I
was gonna say you could
as he leaves your space, would you like to take the attack of opportunity?
You could try grappling him to stop him.
Can you go ahead and do that while I'm trying to fix this dice thing?
Yup. Inventory. That. You roll enough to hit for. Yeah, that'll do damage. By the way, he had 1 HP.
Wow.
So as he turns and starts like climbing the rail to jump into the water, your short sword comes in and he like collapses and falls into the water.
Damn it.
Yeah, so he's like dead over here. And with that, the other ship is leaving. You could attempt to shoot it.
do we want to sink them, guys?
I was gonna say, now that he's attached to the ship, he should damn well go down with it.
I say fire the cannons.
Okay.
If
so
anything,
you
just to make sure they don't harry us or anyone else again.
D1.
Plus, there might be some valuables
4
floating out of
times?
there that we can take.
We'll make them regret deciding to go after us.
Miss. Miss.
Wow.
Hit.
Fortunate.
All right.
Miss.
Cool. Really finishing there strong.
4d10. 4. 12. Fires and just like whizzes through the broken side of the ship and hits nothing. So you just like hear a splash on the other side of the ship as it's now pulling away, like limping away.
I mean,
All right.
Whatever, they got the
don't have a
message.
captain anymore.
Yeah, you now have 3 corpses.
I guess we should check if he's had anything.
How far away were they?
Oh, they're still technically in range, but they show 0 signs of firing back.
Are we going to be the aggressive here, or are we going to let them limp away?
I mean, we just tried shooting like cannons at them.
Yeah, I feel like we got the message across. I don't think we need to pursue them.
There are 5 of us here. You have your votes. Go ahead, make your choices.
A, we just proved that we can handle them, and B, they no longer have a captain, so I don't think they'll come at us with a weaker attack force than what they had this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, what would my character do? That's what I'm contemplating right now.
All Simon cares about is if they're not in our way, they can do whatever they want, and if they attempt to get in our way again, we'll give them a repeat performance.
I think they've been damaged enough that it'll take a long time for them to recuperate and get back out into the seas harrowing people.
See, I just want to give the
There we go, I
cannons a
figured it
break.
out. All right. And then as the beleaguered and haggard ship runs away, you are free to resume your journey, and that's where we will end the session tonight.
I was hoping to question that last one.
We can do it next session.
No, he got shanked.
No,
Everyone's
I know.
dead.
Yeah, no. That's why I was saying I wanted to talk to that last one before he got stabbed.
If we had an opportunity, if we had someone in the party would speak the dead, you'd be able to like speak to them.
Yeah.
I
But I don't think we do.
As the ship is
Speak to the
leaving,
dead, no, Bob.
I wave to them using with the half-empty wine bottle and just finish it off there.
You find on these corpses 3 sets of leather armor. One's been stabbed, and a scimitar, a hand axe, and a belaying pin, which is a metal club. They didn't have much else.
I'm good. I don't need any of that.
May as well take it for selling if none of us need it.
Unfortunately, I can't wear armor, so nope.
Well, some of it benefits our crew.
I was gonna say, if any of our crew members will make use of it, arm themselves up.
Actually, what does our bosun have as a weapon?
Sorry? Oh, the bosun? He's got a longsword. Like he's got a cutlass.
Well, nothing here's better than that, then, so.
Yeah.
Distribute it to the rest of the crew, I suppose.
Like 3 pieces of armor to 30 crew members.
Do we want to give the guy who was just trying to shoot our own ship with the ballista?
Let's give the armor to specifically the crew members who landed shots that hit.
Yes. All right. I've actually got to go. Thanks everyone for watching this session of Scourge of the Dragon Sea. Tune in a week from now. Does that work for everyone?
Works for me.
We'll
Should
see.
be fine.
All right. And I imagine Ichi will need to check with Raven about using the channel again.
Yeah. We'll figure out when we can do it.
Died in our first combat
Yeah.
segment, which
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
You survived. I didn't even think about the temp HP on the resistant person. But damn. Yeah.
Completely by accident, just get
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Itchy, you're free to shut us down.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone who tuned in. We got up to like 11 viewers there for a little bit.
Nice.
So if anyone wants to follow the channel to keep up with the ongoing adventures of this new campaign, I'm super excited that we're doing this, and it's going pretty well so far. So follow the channel, and HD VODs will be going up on the Ixie Studios YouTube channel if you want to watch these adventures back after the stream has ended. And in the meantime, because my buddy Dave popped in, I'm gonna raid the stream over to his channel. So anyone watching, give my boy Overkill some love, and we will see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.